Now moving on to the question number 2. Which out of the following are expressions with numbers only? Here a bit 5 y plus 3 and b bit 7 into 20 minus 8z and c bit 5 into within brackets 21 minus 7 plus 7 into 2 and d bit 5, e bit 3 into x 3x and f bit 5 minus 5n and g bit 7 into 20 within brackets minus 5 into 10 within brackets minus 45 plus b. Now moving on to the solution. Here they have asked us to find the expressions which are found by using numbers only. Here when we observe the above expressions, in the a bit here y is a variable and in b bit z is a variable and in e bit x is a variable, f bit n is a variable and g bit p is a variable. Only C and D are the expressions which are found by using numbers only. So it can be observed that expressions C and D are found by using numbers only. Now moving on to the question number 3. Identify the operations addition, subtraction, division and multiplication in forming the following expressions and tell how the expressions have been formed. A bit z plus 1, z minus 1, y plus 17 and y minus 17. 4 operations are given. Now moving on to the solution. First let us find the solution for a bit z plus 1. Here we have to find out how the expressions have been formed. So first take z plus 1. Here the operation performed is addition. Since 1 is added to z, taking z minus 1, here the operation performed is subtraction. Since 1 is subtracted from z, and y plus 17, here the operation performed is addition. Since 17 is added to y, and y minus 17, here the operation performed is subtraction. Since 17 is subtracted from y. Now moving on to the b bit. First let us take 17y. Here the operation performed is multiplication. Since y is multiplied with 17. And y by 17, here the operation performed was division. Since y is divided by 17. And 5z, here the operation performed was multiplication. Since z is multiplied with 5. Now moving on to the c bit, 2y plus 17 and 2y minus 17. Now solution for this c bit is, let us take 2y plus 17. Here the operation performed is addition and multiplication. Y is multiplied with 2. Here y is multiplied with 2 and 17 is added to the result. For 2y minus 17. Here the operations performed are subtraction and multiplication. Since y is multiplied with 2 and 17 is subtracted from the result. Now moving on to the d bit. That is, first let us take 7m. Here the operation performed was multiplication. Since m is multiplied with 7, now let us take minus 7m plus 3. Here the operation performed was multiplication and addition. Since m is multiplied with minus 7 and 3 is added to the result. Now let us take minus 7m minus 3. Here the operation performed was multiplication and subtraction. Since m is multiplied with minus 7 and 3 is subtracted from the result. Hence we have found out the operations performed. Now moving on to the question number 4. Give expressions for the following cases. A bit 7 is added to P. Now moving on to the solution. First A bit 7 added to P, that is P plus 7, and B bit 7 is subtracted from P, which is P minus 7, and C bit P multiplied by 7, that is 7P. D bit P divided by 7, that is P by 7. E bit 7 subtracted from minus m, which is minus m minus 7. F bit minus P multiplied by 5, which is minus 5P. And G bit minus P divided by 5, which is minus P by 5. And H bit P multiplied by minus 5, which is minus 5P. Hence we have found out the expressions for the above cases. Now moving on to the question number 5. Give the expressions in the following cases. Now moving on to the solution. First let us find the solution for A bit. In the A bit 11 is added to 2m. The expression would be 2m plus 11, since it had given that 11 is added to 2m. And moving on to the B bit, 11 subtracted from 2m, and the expression would be 2m minus 11, since 11 is subtracted from 2m. And moving on to the C bit, 5 times y, to which 3 is added. Since we know 5 times y is 5 is multiplied with y and 3 is added, that is 5y plus 3. And moving on to the next bit, 5 times y, from which 3 is subtracted. 5 is multiplied with y and from that 3 is subtracted, which is 5y minus 3. And moving on to the next bit, y is multiplied by minus 8, and the expression would be minus 8 into. And moving on to the next bit, F bit, y is multiplied by minus 8 and then 5 is added to the result. First y is multiplied by minus 8y, and then 5 is added to the result. So minus 8y plus y. Moving on to the g bit, y is multiplied by 5 and the result is subtracted from 16. So 16 minus 5y. Since it had given that the result is subtracted from 16. So 16 minus 5y. And moving on to the next bit, y is multiplied by minus 5 and the result is added to 16. So first minus 5 is multiplied with y and then 16 is added. So minus 5y plus 16. Hence we have given the expressions for the following cases. Now moving on to the question number 6. A bit form expressions using t and 4. Use not more than one number operation. Every expression must have t in it. Now moving on to the solution. First let us find the solution for a bit. Here in the a bit they had given that to form the expressions using the number 4 and the variable t. And also they had given the condition that not more than one number operation must be used and every expression should contain t in it. So finding the solution for this, t plus 4, here the operation performed was addition, and t minus 4, subtraction, 4t, here the operation performed was multiplication, and t by 4, 4 by t, 4 minus t, and 4 plus t. Hence we have formed the expressions using the variable t and the number 4. Now moving on to the b bit. Form expressions using y, 2 and 7. Every expression must have y in it. Use only two number operations. These should be different. Here they had given the condition that every expression must contain y in it and they had given that two number operations must be used. So forming the expressions by using y, 2 and 7, that is 2y plus 7, comma 2y minus 7, 7y plus 2, comma 7y minus 2, and so on. Hence we have satisfied the condition, that is two number operations are used and every expression having y in it. That is in 2y plus 7 we have used two number operations, that is multiplication and addition, and in 2y minus 7 we have used two number operations, that is multiplication and subtraction. So hence we have satisfied the condition and we have formed the expressions using y, 2 and 7. Now moving on to the question number 1. Make up as many expressions with numbers as you can from the three numbers 5, 7 and 8. Every number should be used not more than once. Use only addition, subtraction and multiplication. And the hint is given, three possible expressions are formed by these numbers, that is 5 plus within brackets 8 minus 7 and 5 minus within brackets 8 minus 7 and 5 into 8 within brackets plus 7. Make the other expressions. Now moving on to the solution. In the question they had given that the given numbers are 5, 7 and 8. We have to find the possible expressions by using these numbers. So the possible expressions formed by using these numbers are, and they had given that condition, every number should be used not more than once and we have to use only addition, subtraction and multiplication. So the expressions are 5 plus within brackets 8 plus 7, 5 plus 8 within brackets plus 7, 8 plus within brackets 5 minus 7, 8 minus within brackets 5 minus 7, and 5 into 7 within brackets plus 8, 7 into 8 within brackets plus 5, 5 into within brackets 8 plus 7, 5 into within brackets 8 minus 7, 8 into within brackets 7 minus 5, and 8 into within brackets 7 plus 5, 5 minus within brackets 8 into 7, 8 minus within brackets 7 into 5, and similarly so on. So the possible expressions formed by using these numbers are as follows.